All right. Looks like we are live. Let me double check the audio really quick. Perfect. So today we got a subject to deal. A subject to deal is when you're buying the property, but you're taking over the underlying payments subject to. So buying property subject to the existing financing, hence the whole term. Now this property is 12565 Barbaro Way in El Paso, Texas, the 4-3, built in 2020. Purchase price 285 683. Okay, 285 683. That works. I'm just gonna write some of these numbers down as we're going, but just to be efficient with our time. 285 683. Okay, 2.75% interest rate. The PITI is 1828. Remaining balance on the deal is 248,183. 248,183. 248,183. Interest rate is 2.75%. 2.75%. Great. 30 years. Entry fee, 45 grand plus closing costs. So I'm just going to write over here $45,000. That part includes the assigned fee and cash to seller. So I'm just going to leave that as one big whole number because I'm just doing my best, right, with the information that's been given to me. All right. Now, there's no secondary loan because there's no seller finance piece. All right. So I'm going to zero that part out of the spreadsheet. And then in the property tax section, I'm going to do the total PITI that's been disclosed to me at 1828. Okay. So now that I put in my loan details in here, and this gets calculated automatically, but I know what my total PITI is. This way, I don't care about whether or not, like for this month, how much of that payment is principal and how much of that payment is interest, right? I only care about the total amount because I'm just trying to see whether or not it's going to cash flow as a property. So I'm going to go to this section. It's called B28 equals 1828, right? That's the disclosed payment on a monthly basis. I'm going to subtract the principal portion of the sub-2 loan, and I'm going to subtract the interest portion of the sub-2 loan. And that's going to give me my total payment, all right? And then I got my $30 for my insurance, and I got 10% for my property for my maintenance. I got 10% for my property management. I got 5% for vacancy. Okay. Now that I got a few numbers in, I need to go look at what my renovation estimate might look like, and then also get my monthly income rents. Okay. So let's look up this property. Let's see, 126565 El Paso. This property looks pretty good for the most part. It doesn't even look like it needs much painting. I might just leave aside some space in case any of these things have holes in the wall. I got to do some touch-up paint, like over here, some of the vanities. There's a little bit of carpeting that could probably be removed, but for the most part, this property looks pretty solid. So I'm gonna have a little bit of money set aside, but that's pretty much it. And then now I want to look up the county. This is in Paso County. So to get my rent, right, I got to start with 2 data points. I need the first and foremost the rent ceiling, and I can Google HUD FMR. Right on HUD FMR, you can Google HUD FMR, click on the first link, and then click on access to small area FMRs. Hey, how you doing? And then you look up FY 2024 FMRs, and now you're going to get all of a sudden Texas and the county. So this is in El Paso County. And now you're going to rent ceiling by zip code by bedroom count. Okay. Now that you know that 79928, you're going to see that the rent ceiling for a 3-bed is $1,750. And the rent ceiling for a 4-bed is $2,140. So I care most about the 4-bedroom one, $2,140. So I'll write that in. Oops. 79928. 79928. 2,140 or 1,750. Great. 1,750. This was for 79928. Just going to write all these numbers down because my partners already know how to analyze deals. So this kind of helps me set up the data points so that they know exactly where the numbers came from, just in case they want to check my diligence, right? Now, I don't care about the market runs for 3-bet. I care about the market runs for 4-bet. So why do we need, and how do we get that? So if I go to affordablehousing.com and I go to the owner section and I click on market rent estimator, I'm going to copy and paste my address right here from Redfin in this scenario. I'm going to put it in here. I'll put in 4-bedroom count. And the most important number that you're going to care right here is this number on the bottom right. It says that for 25 units within a 0.79 mile radius, the average market rent is $21.14. So let's go put that in, 2114. And this is essentially the same as the rent ceiling. So I'll just use 2114 because if that's the market rate, and typically you want to make sure that they're all single family homes, but you don't really see that many 4-bedroom apartments. It's very rare. I'm going to assume that this kind of ties in nicely with what we have. So I'll use 2114 as my rent assumption here. 2114, I'm going to put that right into B16. Okay, for my rehab estimate, I'm going to go to my rehab calculator. I'm going to go up to the section and just plug in my, I'm going to assume I need to paint about 20% of the house at 2031. So it goes 2031 times 0.2. So that's about 400 square feet. That's all the amount of painting that I want to do, $1,200. That's probably relatively straightforward. I can probably even use some of that money towards replacing the carpet or anything like that. I got $500 for landscaping, just to keep it nice. And I got $1,500 for the roof, just in case there's any roof repairs that I cannot tell from the photos, right? In case there's any deferred maintenance. So all in all, I only got about $3,800 of rehab. Now, based off all the numbers that we put in, right? We already got in the entry fee. We got the 2.5% for closing costs. We got $3,800 for the renovations. We put in the property taxes based on the total PITI, and then we added extra $30 for insurance premiums, because typically when you move a property into an investment property, the premium typically costs more. So you got to bump it up a little bit, right? $30 an extra month. I mean, insurance has been going up every single year. So it doesn't hurt to kind of just include that here, because you're being conservative, right? And you need to figure out when are you going to cash flow on this deal. After you put it on your maintenance and everything, if you rent this property out as a 4-bedroom for $21.14, you'll be negative $273 of cash flow a month, and that's a negative 5.8% return on your capital. Again, this is not investment advice. I'm not soliciting any investments on this call. I'm just showing you all the work that I'm doing every single day to get the reps in, and that you can get more comfortable around looking at a deal and analyzing a deal. Okay, this was assuming a $45,000 down entry fee with a 2.75% interest rate. So a 2.75% interest rate it sounds amazing, right? But if your goal is to create cash flow, then this might not be the right deal for you, right? So not all creative finance deals are deals. Now, could you wrap it and sell it for cash flow? Yeah, you can do that. At the same time, what you can do is maybe you sell it to a residence home buyer. That could work too. But if you're buying and your specialty is Section 8 single family homes, well, all of a sudden this doesn't work because you don't cash flow. Now, might this be an area where it's really high appreciation, where you've heard of investors in other states or markets where as long as they break even, they're happy with it? That's very risky, right? Because you're speculating now at that point that the market will continue to go up, and there's never a guarantee. When you bet on cash flow, well, sometimes folks typically prioritize cash flow because that's more a consistent stream of income. So you got to figure out whether or not this is the right approach for you, and really talk to your investment advisors and really understand your risk profile so you can decide whether or not this is a deal for you. So for today, this is not a deal. And my hope is that you can look at the same deal I analyzed today, right? Using the same spreadsheet. Here's all the details right here: 2.75%, 1828. We got the winning balance, we got the PITI, we figure it out. And then you can go to affordablehousing.io, go to the Get Deal Analysis tool. Once you come here, put your name, your phone number, your email. Promise I won't spam you. This is the fastest way for me to email you the spreadsheet in an automated way. I didn't make the spreadsheet from scratch. I got it from a few other folks, and I modified and tweaked it so that it fits how I analyze deals in a very, very quick manner. And that's it. My hope is that you copy my homework, put it on your own YouTube channel, and just claim all the credit. I hope you will at least pick one part, one sentence, one analogy to explain the concept better than I did. On some days, I know I didn't say everything that I should have said. So just do it better than I am. That's how we make each other better. All right. So have an amazing day, everybody. I hope you guys have some quality time with your family and friends today. I know it's late at night right now, but we're staying consistent. We're going to keep doing the work, and there's always going to be an excuse for you to not do it. So today, here's another day. We're going live. We're finding time, and we're going live late, even if it's late at night. All right. I'll be back here again tomorrow for day 293. Have an amazing day, everybody. I'll be back here again tomorrow.